Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're like me, you love plants, but not just any plants, the ones that stick around forever, looking fresh year after year. Today we're talking about 18 of the longest-lived houseplants that can basically become lifelong roommates. Some are low maintenance, some are a little fancier, but all of them have that staying power vibe. I'll show you which ones thrive indoors, survive a little neglect, and still make your space feel alive. Whether you're starting your first indoor garden, or looking to upgrade your plant game, these are the real MVPs. And trust me, once you meet them, you'll be obsessed with keeping them around. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's dive into the green squad that can outlive most of your furniture. Philodendron is one of those classic houseplants that practically refuses to quit, and it's no wonder it's been a favorite in homes for decades, often thriving for 20 years or more with the right care. Its heart-shaped glossy leaves can climb or trail, sometimes reaching up to 10 feet, creating a bold tropical vibe that instantly livens up any room. It loves moderate, indirect light, and only needs water when the topsoil is dry, making it forgiving for busy plant parents. What's really cool is that it adapts to different indoor environments, so even lower light corners can become a thriving green spot with minimal effort. On top of that, philodendrons naturally purify the air by filtering out toxins like formaldehyde and benzene, giving your home a cleaner, fresher feel. Plus, they're super low maintenance, needing only occasional pruning or support for climbing varieties, which makes them ideal for beginners and pros alike. Over time, they develop a lush, layered look that can transform a simple shelf or corner into a mini indoor jungle that keeps getting better year after year. Monstera is a showstopper that instantly brings that tropical jungle vibe into any indoor space. And it's not just about looks, it can live for decades with the right care. Its iconic split leaves can grow up to 2 feet wide, and with a little support, the plant can climb or trail, filling corners and shelves with lush greenery that feels alive. Monsteras thrive in bright, indirect light, and like their soil to stay slightly moist but not soggy, making them surprisingly forgiving if you miss a watering here and there. What's really cool is they adapt well to different indoor conditions, so even medium light rooms can turn into a green paradise. Beyond their aesthetic appeal, monsteras are natural air purifiers, helping remove toxins and improve indoor air quality. They're also low maintenance, needing occasional pruning to keep their size in check, and support for climbing varieties, which makes them perfect for beginners and plant pros alike. Over time, monsteras develop a rich, layered look that adds instant character to your space, and watching new leaves unfurl is honestly one of the most satisfying parts of indoor gardening. Parlor Palm is a timeless favorite for indoor gardeners who want elegance without the fuss, and it can live for decades, quietly thriving in your home with minimal care. Its feathery, arching fronds create a soft tropical feel, and the plant can slowly grow up to 6 feet tall, making it perfect for filling empty corners or adding height to your indoor garden. It does well in low to moderate indirect light, and prefers consistently moist soil, though it's forgiving if you occasionally forget to water. One of the coolest things about Parlor Palm is how adaptable it is. It tolerates lower light conditions that would stress out many other plants, making it ideal for apartments or offices. On top of its charm, it naturally cleans the air, removing toxins like formaldehyde, which means it's helping your space look and feel better at the same time. It's also incredibly low maintenance, needing only occasional pruning to remove old fronds, so even beginners can enjoy a thriving, elegant green companion. Over the years, as its fronds multiply and arch gracefully, the Parlor Palm develops a lush, layered presence that brings calm, natural beauty to any room and keeps improving with time. Cast iron plant is the ultimate survivor for anyone who wants a tough, long-lasting houseplant that can practically live forever with minimal attention, often thriving for 50 years or more in the right conditions. Its dark green, glossy leaves grow upright in a sleek architectural form, making it a perfect statement plant for low-light corners, hallways, or offices where other plants might struggle. It's incredibly forgiving, tolerating low light, irregular watering, and even occasional neglect, which is why it earned the name cast iron. Beyond its hardiness, it's also great for improving indoor air quality by naturally filtering toxins, so it's both stylish and functional. Maintenance is simple, just wipe the leaves occasionally to keep them looking shiny, and remove any damaged foliage, and this plant keeps chugging along. It grows slowly but steadily, developing a dense, upright form over the years that adds structure and elegance to any space. For anyone who wants a green companion that doesn't demand constant attention but still makes a visual impact, cast iron plant is a no-brainer, quietly thriving and growing more impressive year after year. Spider plant is a cheerful, resilient houseplant that's perfect for adding life to any room, and it can easily live for 20 years or more with the right care. Its arching, variegated leaves spill over pots or hanging baskets, creating a lively, cascading effect that brightens shelves, counters, or hanging corners. Spider plants thrive in bright, indirect light, but are surprisingly tolerant of lower light, and they prefer evenly moist soil while forgiving occasional mist waterings. One of the coolest things about them is how quickly they produce little pups or baby plants, which you can propagate to grow new plants or share with friends, making them endlessly fun to care for. They also naturally purify the air, removing toxins like formaldehyde and xylene, which makes your indoor space healthier while looking vibrant. Maintenance is super easy. Just trim brown tips if they appear and repot when they get crowded, and your spider plant will keep thriving. Over time, they form a full, cascading display that adds movement and energy to your space, making them an enduring favorite for both beginners and seasoned plant lovers alike. Jade plant is a classic succulent that's beloved for its longevity and ease of care, often living for decades, and sometimes becoming a family heirloom passed down through generations. Its thick, glossy, oval-shaped leaves store water, giving it a plump, vibrant look, and over time it can develop a sturdy, tree-like trunk that adds natural sculpture to your indoor garden. Jade plants thrive in bright, indirect sunlight and need only occasional watering, allowing the soil to dry out completely between drinks, which makes them perfect for forgetful plant parents. One of the coolest things about them is that they're said to bring good luck and prosperity, adding a little extra charm beyond their natural beauty. They're low maintenance, requiring only occasional pruning to shape them or encourage branching, and they adapt well to various indoor environments. Over the years, as their trunk thickens and branches multiply, jade plants develop a striking bonsai-like presence that brings character and longevity to your home. Whether you keep them on a windowsill or a decorative table, they're a resilient, attractive companion that continues to grow and thrive for decades. String of pearls is a unique and eye-catching succulent that instantly adds a cascading, whimsical touch to any indoor garden, and with proper care, it can live for decades. Its tiny, bead-like leaves trail elegantly from hanging baskets or shelves, creating a dramatic green curtain that's both playful and sophisticated. This plant thrives in bright, indirect light, and prefers well-draining soil, only needing water when the soil is completely dry, making it forgiving for busy plant parents. One of the coolest things about string of pearls is how easily it propagates from cuttings, allowing you to create new plants or share them with friends, which adds an interactive element to your indoor garden. Beyond its charm, it contributes to a healthier indoor environment by naturally improving air quality and bringing life to spots that might otherwise feel dull. Maintenance is simple. Just trim any shriveled strands and ensure it doesn't sit in soggy soil, and it keeps thriving year after year. Over time, its trailing tendrils grow longer and fuller, forming a lush, cascading display that brings texture, movement, and a touch of magic to your home. Alocasia is a striking tropical houseplant that instantly adds drama and elegance to any indoor space, and with the right care it can thrive for many years, becoming a true centerpiece in your home. Its large, arrow-shaped leaves with bold veins create a sculptural, almost exotic look that catches the eye and makes any corner feel alive. Alocasias prefer bright, indirect light and consistently moist, well-draining soil, and while they need a little attention, they reward you with rapid growth and lush foliage. One of the coolest things about them is how their leaves can almost move, with changing light and humidity, giving your indoor garden a dynamic, living quality. They're also effective at improving air quality, helping filter toxins, and bringing a fresher feel to your space. Maintenance includes occasional pruning of older leaves and monitoring humidity, which helps the plant thrive without being overly demanding. Over time, Alocasia develops a bold, layered presence that transforms a simple shelf or tabletop into a mini tropical oasis, making it a long-lasting, show-stopping addition to your indoor garden. Rubber plant is a bold, resilient houseplant that's perfect for anyone looking for a long-lasting indoor companion, often thriving for decades with minimal care. Its large, glossy leaves range from deep green to burgundy depending on the variety, creating a striking, modern look that instantly elevates any room. Rubber plants thrive in bright, indirect light but can tolerate medium light, and they prefer their soil to dry slightly between waterings, making them forgiving for busy plant parents. One of the coolest things about them is their natural ability to purify the air, removing toxins like formaldehyde, while adding a lush, vibrant presence to your home. They're low maintenance, needing only occasional pruning to shape them or remove older leaves, and they adapt well to indoor environments of various sizes. Over the years, as they grow taller and develop a tree-like trunk, rubber plants create a dramatic layered display that adds both texture and height to your space. Whether placed in a living room corner or near a bright window, they're a durable, stylish, and enduring addition to any indoor garden. Snake plant is one of the toughest and longest-lived houseplants you can bring into your home, often thriving for decades with almost no fuss. Its upright, sword-shaped leaves with striking variegation make it a sculptural addition to any room, fitting perfectly on floors, shelves, or even small tables. Snake plants tolerate a wide range of light, from low to bright indirect, and need very little water, allowing the soil to dry completely between drinks, which makes them practically indestructible. One of the coolest things about them is their air-purifying superpowers. They remove toxins like formaldehyde and benzene, improving indoor air quality while looking sleek. Maintenance is simple. Occasional wiping of dust from leaves and trimming any damaged tips keeps them looking sharp, and they continue growing steadily year after year. Over time, snake plants develop a striking, upright presence that adds vertical interest and a modern vibe to any space. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned plant lover, they're a reliable, stylish, and enduring companion that keeps your indoor garden thriving for decades. Haworthia is a small but mighty succulent that's perfect for anyone wanting a long-lasting, low-maintenance indoor plant, often thriving for decades with minimal care. Its rosette-shaped leaves, often patterned with stripes or translucent tips, give it a unique, textured look that adds character to windowsills, desks, or shelves. Haworthias prefer bright, indirect light and well-draining soil, and they only need occasional watering when the soil is completely dry, making them extremely forgiving for busy plant parents. One of the coolest things about them is how compact and adaptable they are, fitting perfectly into small spaces while still bringing a touch of green life wherever they go. Beyond their charm, they're effective at improving indoor air quality in subtle ways, helping your space feel fresher and more vibrant. Maintenance is minimal. Just removing any dried leaves and repotting every few years keeps them thriving. Over time, Haworthias form dense, attractive clusters that create a lush, miniature garden effect, making them a durable and stylish addition to any indoor setup that continues to grow and impress year after year. Aloe is a legendary houseplant known for its longevity and versatility, often living for decades with very little fuss, making it a staple in indoor gardens. Its thick, fleshy leaves store water, giving it a sculptural, spiky appearance that adds texture and interest to any windowsill, counter, or shelf. Aloe thrives in bright, indirect light and prefers well-draining soil, needing water only when the soil is completely dry, which makes it incredibly low maintenance and forgiving for busy plant parents. One of the coolest things about aloe is that its leaves contain soothing gel that can be used topically for minor cuts and burns, blending practicality with beauty in your home. It also contributes to a healthier indoor environment by naturally purifying the air and removing toxins. Maintenance is simple. Occasional pruning of damaged leaves and repotting when it outgrows its pot keeps it looking vibrant and healthy. Over time, aloe develops a striking, dense rosette that adds structure, character, and a long-lasting touch of green to your indoor space, making it a durable and rewarding plant companion for years to come. Areca plant is a fascinating and low-maintenance houseplant that can thrive for years with minimal care, making it perfect for anyone wanting a long-lasting indoor companion. Unlike traditional plants, it doesn't need soil. Its spiky, silvery green leaves absorb moisture and nutrients from the air, giving it a modern, almost futuristic look that works on shelves, in glass terrariums, or mounted on decorative displays. Areca plants thrive in bright, indirect light and just need a weekly soak or misting to stay healthy, which makes them incredibly easy for busy plant parents. One of the coolest things about them is their versatility. You can display them in creative ways, hanging, perched, or even combined with other plants, adding a unique sculptural element to your indoor garden. They also help improve indoor air quality subtly while looking striking and unusual. Maintenance is super simple. Remove any dried or dead leaves and occasionally rotate them for even growth, and they'll keep thriving year after year. Over time, areca plants develop fuller, more dramatic forms that bring texture, movement, and a touch of creativity to your space, making them an enduring and fun addition to any home. Pilea, also known as the Chinese money plant, is a charming, long-lived houseplant that can thrive for many years with minimal care, making it a favorite for both beginners and seasoned plant lovers. Its round, coin-shaped leaves grow on slender stems, creating a playful, bushy look that instantly brightens shelves, tables, or windowsills. Pilea thrives in bright, indirect light and prefers soil that stays lightly moist but well-draining. forgiving occasional mist waterings without any trouble. One of the coolest things about Pilea is how quickly it produces little offshoots or pups, allowing you to propagate new plants and expand your indoor garden or share with friends. Beyond its charm, it subtly improves indoor air quality, helping your home feel fresher and more vibrant. Maintenance is simple. Occasional pruning and rotating the plant for even growth keeps it looking its best, and it continues to thrive year after year. Over time, Pilea forms a full, bushy display that adds texture, movement, and a cheerful vibe to any space, making it a durable, attractive, and endlessly fun addition to your indoor garden. Dumcane plant, or Dieffenbachia, is a striking, long-lived houseplant that can thrive for decades with the right care, making it a standout addition to any indoor garden. Its large, variegated leaves with bold patterns create a lush, tropical feel, instantly filling corners or tabletops with vibrant greenery. Dumcane thrives in bright, indirect light and likes consistently moist, well-draining soil, but is forgiving enough to tolerate occasional mist waterings. One of the coolest things about it is how dramatically its leaves grow over time, adding height and a layered, jungle-like presence to your space. It also helps improve indoor air quality by filtering out common toxins, giving your home a fresher, healthier atmosphere. Maintenance is simple. Trim any yellow or damaged leaves and occasionally rotate the plant for even growth, and it will keep flourishing year after year. Over time, Dumcane develops a bold, architectural presence that adds texture, color, and a long-lasting tropical vibe, making it a durable and impressive companion for any indoor garden. Lucky bamboo is a popular and resilient houseplant that can thrive for many years with minimal care, making it a favorite for homes and offices alike. Its tall, elegant stalks and bright green leaves create a serene zen-like vibe, perfect for tabletops, shelves, or small indoor water gardens. Lucky bamboo grows well in bright, indirect light, and can thrive in just water with occasional nutrient additions, or in well-draining soil, making it extremely low maintenance and forgiving. One of the coolest things about it is its symbolism, thought to bring good luck, prosperity, and positive energy, which adds a meaningful touch to your space beyond its beauty. It also subtly improves indoor air quality, while adding a natural, calming aesthetic. Maintenance is simple. Trim yellow leaves and refresh the water or soil regularly, and it will continue to thrive for years. Over time, Lucky bamboo develops a graceful, layered arrangement that brings movement, texture, and a long-lasting, uplifting presence to any indoor environment. Umbrella plant, also known as Schefflera, is a striking and long-lived houseplant that can thrive for decades, making it a bold addition to any indoor garden. Its glossy umbrella-like leaves grow in clusters, creating a lush tropical canopy that instantly adds height and visual interest to corners, shelves, or tabletops. Umbrella plants thrive in bright, indirect light and prefer consistently moist, well-draining soil, but they're forgiving enough to tolerate occasional lapses in watering. One of the coolest things about them is how quickly they grow, allowing you to enjoy a full, layered look in a relatively short time, while still being easy to care for. They also contribute to cleaner indoor air, helping filter toxins and improve the overall environment of your home. Maintenance is simple. Prune occasionally to shape the plant and remove any damaged leaves, and it will continue growing strong year after year. Over time, umbrella plant develops a bold architectural presence that brings texture, height, and a long-lasting tropical feel, making it a durable and impressive companion for your indoor garden. Areca Palm is a graceful, long-lived houseplant that can thrive for decades, making it a perfect choice for adding a tropical, airy vibe to your indoor space. Its feathery, arching fronds create a soft, elegant canopy that fills corners, living rooms, or offices with lush greenery and movement. Areca palms thrive in bright, indirect light and prefer consistently moist, well-draining soil, making them forgiving enough for plant parents who occasionally forget a watering. One of the coolest things about them is their natural air-purifying ability. They help remove toxins and add humidity, improving the overall indoor environment while looking stunning. Maintenance is simple. Trim any yellow or damaged fronds and rotate the plant for even growth, and it will continue to flourish year after year. Over time, Areca palms develop a full, layered, and graceful presence that brings height, texture, and a tropical oasis feel to any room, making them a durable, elegant, and long-lasting companion for your indoor garden. And that's a wrap on our tour of the 18 longest-lived houseplants that can transform your indoor garden into a lush, thriving oasis. From the resilient cast iron plant to the elegant Areca palm, each one brings its own unique charm, air-purifying benefits, and years of green beauty to your home. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned plant parent, these plants prove that with a little care, your indoor garden can last a lifetime. So pick a few favorites, give them a cozy spot in your space, and watch your green companions grow and flourish year after year. If you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite plant, and subscribe for more tips, tricks, and plant inspiration. Keep growing, keep thriving, and I'll see you in the next video.